That Deadeye creep certainly has a few screws loose, that's for sure.
Forget that guy. Right now, we need to discuss how we're going to proceed.
What's there to discuss? Deadeye and his crew have already brought down the Lord here. Just let them finish her off.
I want to go after her.
I second that. I think it's the best thing to do right now. We don't know if the Darkwings have what it takes to beat her. I'm worried what'll happen if we leave her to her own devices.
You make a good point, Rinwell. And maybe I'm just being overconfident, but between us and them, I think we have a better chance at defeating her.
I have to agree. This realm isn't going to be truly safe as long as that Lord is still running around out there. We need to act.
Fine by me. But isn't Deadeye just gonna take all the credit once we're done?
Our job is to break down the walls that oppress Dana. What he chooses to build in their place, that's his problem. For now, we'll head to this Estaluva forest Bayfon told us about. Whatever we decide to do, though, we should take some time to rest first. We've barely stopped since Menancia. Where are you going?
Alphen.
You should get some rest. What's got you up at this hour?
Just let me be for a minute, okay? Why don't you go back to the inn?
I will when you do.
Have it your way.
Shionne. The Lord's days are numbered. I haven't forgotten our promise. You can trust me, you know. Maybe even lean on me a little, if you want.
And if I say I will you finally give it a rest?
Yeah, of course. Try to get some rest, okay?
What was all that about?
So we're just going to check things out, right? In whatever that forest is called.
Estaluva Forest. Next time, pay attention.
Got sand in my eyes!
The winds are strong here. Mind yourselves.
Ugh, even the inside of my mouth is all sandy.
Hootle, don't get blown away, okay?
The winds outside the capital are blowing as strongly as ever.
You can definitely see why people call this place the Valley of the Four Winds.
Indeed. Mahag Sar is the realm of wind, just as Ganeth Heros is for water.
Earth, water, fire, wind, light, and darkness. Rena is aligned to darkness, leaving each realm one element each.
Is that because some elements are easier to gather in certain areas than others?
That is certainly possible, but I suspect the biggest reason is to prevent the lords from squabbling over resources.
Funny. You would think infighting would come naturally to an elite class vying for a crown.
True, but the Renans rule as a minority. Fighting ourselves would just be destructive. Though, as you saw in Menancia, any abstention from fighting is merely a facade.
In the end, you all get usurped whether you like it or not.
That may be true, but something tells me that this time is different.
We have to catch up to the Lord first if we want answers. Let's keep moving.
What is that ring of rocks over there for? They don't look like they formed naturally to me.
Oh yeah. Funny, I guess I've gotten used to weird rock formations. They didn't even register as being out of the ordinary.
Most likely, they were brought over by us Renans when we first invaded the planet.
Wait, those? So does that mean there's some kind of machine then? And if so, what in the world were they even used for?
To manipulate the properties of Dana's astral energy.
Really?
Think about it. Isn't it strange that the type of energy each realm collects is so fixed? Astral energy by nature isn't meant to skew towards one element or another so heavily.
So the Renans reformed it for the crown contest.
Sounds like the crazy thing a Renan would do.
Renans these days are more advanced than Danans in some ways, but even they don't seem capable of doing something on that grand a scale. Or is that something that's possible on Lenegis? Or maybe the Renan homeworld?
I can't claim to know everything about my own kind, but I myself have never seen anything that would be capable of such a drastic feat.
But at some point they did just that. Those are the sort of people we're up against. We should do our best not to forget that.
You're so amazing, Kisara. You can cook, you can fix weapons. I feel like there's practically nothing you can't do.
Maybe you should take a page out of her book and learn to make yourself more useful then.
I'd be happy to teach you if you want, Rinwell. I learned most everything I know from my brother.
Really? Even how to sew and do laundry?
Yes, indeed. He knew how to do anything.
Sounds like he was a pretty handy guy when he was alive.
He was. I'd always follow him around and badger him with questions. I was a real pain in the neck. Now that I think about it, he and Legil were the ones who taught me how to raise cats, too.
Legil is that woman who was with him in the Gold Dust Cats, right? I remember now. The one with the really pretty hair.
Funny you mention that. He also taught me how to maintain my hair. Not that those lessons stopped it from getting all tangled up during training.
I think it still looks gorgeous.
From what I can tell, it would appear as though the only thing he didn't manage to teach you was how to apply makeup.
No, but that didn't stop him from trying. He really wanted to teach me everything. Only reason he couldn't was because I prioritized my training.
And here I was trying to make a joke.
I can't tell if she's being serious. The only one here who knows him well enough was her.
Yeah, I guess only Miguel could have told us if it's actually true.
Oh?
Yes! Very nice.
Is that so? You don't say.
How?
I see.
Hey! Sure.
Nice work.
Oh?
Very nice.
Well?
Yes! What?
What?
I don't believe this!
All right?
No.
Sure.
Really now?
Yes! What?
What?
Very nice. Yes!
Well, that was a huge miscalculation.
Yet you've drained your glass all the same.
Alphen, have you been washing your clothes? It may not be my place to say this, but frankly, they're starting to stink.
Now that you mention it, it has been a while since I did any laundry.
I'll wash them for you if you want. Just remember to give them to me the next time you get changed.
Oh, okay. Sure. Thanks, Kisara.
And, Law, Rinwell, yours are starting to look a bit ragged.
What do you expect? Of course they're going to tear up when we're out there fighting so much.
Yeah, but it's still kind of embarrassing, having it pointed out like this.
And Shionne?
I wouldn't touch me if I were you.
Of course. My apologies. All I wanted to say was that your sleeves are getting a little bit dirty.
You don't need to worry so much, Kisara. It's only natural our clothes are gonna get a little dirty while we're traveling around.
That's no excuse. Your outward appearance says a lot about your inner well-being.
Now you've really set her off.
Suffice to say, it would appear that the traditions of the Guard are still alive and well within her.
What do you mean? What do the guardsmen do that's so special?
Mostly, I'm simply referring to the fact that they're a very regimented and cleanly group of people.
Do I really sound that weird to you guys? Keeping your clothes clean and mended is completely normal to me.
Don't get us wrong. We appreciate the thought, Kisara. But we've got a long journey ahead. It wouldn't hurt to relax your standards. Just a little.
If you're sure. I wasn't trying to overdo it, I promise. However, if it's making the rest of you tense, I'll do my best to tone it down from here on out. Still, if everyone could bring their laundry and clothes they want fixed, that'd be great. I'll take care of it all for you guys tonight.
Don't you ever get tired?
Right, here goes! Strike! Damn it! Here I come! Strike!
Raging storm!
Now or never!
These ones can run rings around us! Celestial runner!
Prepare to be seized, Actually, perhaps sound is more appropriate.
Less talking, more doing.
You're finished!
Now!
We got the advantage.
Good. Just have to make sure we keep it.
Don't worry, because Law's on.
Devastation! I'll finish you here and now! You're mine! Swallow blade! Sword blade alpha!
Ready and ready!
Take this!
Celestial eruption! Lunar blast!
Swallow blade! Sword blade alpha!
Lightning conduct!
Blow them away!
I wonder if we can make new weapons with this.
Somehow, Things are even worse outside the city than they are inside.
Yeah, it's all ruined. Houses and everything else.
Even if it was all in the name of beating the Renans, this is...
I think Hoodle senses something.
Why didn't the Renans...
No backing down! Here I come! Ignite! Talon Swallow blade! Can't get out of this! I'm on! Here I come! Swallow blade! Sword blade alpha! Double! Come one, come on! Look sharp! Lightning Tiger Blade! See that? That training's paying off!
Freeze Lancer!
Take it!
Dance in the wind!
Hurricane! Sword blade alpha!
Gemini Aqua!
A victory for the ages.
I won't forgive you!
Here I come!
Lightning to death! If it's in the sky, it's mine!
Sword blade alpha! Double demon fang!
I'm not so good with airborne targets. Raging Cascade!
Take this!
Pesky airborne scoundrels.
Now! Sounds like
Look sharp! Lightning Tiger Blade!
See that?
That training's paying off!
Do it!
Sword blade alpha!
Astral energy! Full throttle!
Certainly not bad.
No complaints here.
We've got all the ingredients for that recipe now.
Great. I'll let you cook then.
Wait, what?
Am I imagining things? Or are there a lot of big Zoogles in this area?
No, I noticed that too. There's plenty of food and water to go around here. For a Zoogle, this just might be paradise.
Great, that's exactly what I wanted to hear.
Out of our way!
Take this! Slash! Pistol!
Sword blade alpha! In here!
Double demon
Blow
fang!
us away! It's a duel of the arts! Don't mind if I do!
Here I come! Swallow blade!
Free!
Two enemies
Can
arts!
you take... Light burst forth!
Radiant Genesis!
I'm
Here goes!
You're mine!
Field!
Rising Thunder!
Oh! Quit staring and concentrate on the fight.
I don't take orders from you.
It's over! I'm on it! Here I come! I'm not done!
Let's refrain from losing.
An opponent like this should be easy. You picked the wrong fight!
Lunar corruption! Tempest!
Here I come!
Eagle Pride! Flame of
You're
Stone!
finished!
Burning strike! Wind astral energy! I'll heal you
Here I
all!
come!
Raging
Leave the
Storm!
ensnaring to me.
So healing thunder! Razor cyclone!
Did you just hear me?
Yes, I need you, remember?
Right.
Radiant blood! Tempest of Fury! Annihilation!
Strike! Swallow blade! Sword blade
They've got me
alpha!
surrounded.
Lunar
This one's all
corruption!
mine!
Waterfall!
Strike!
All
Wait, did you hear it now? You're mine!
Do it!
It's over!
Get toasty!
Burn strike!
I feel... stronger. I mean, a bit.
Good. We're counting on you, Rinwell.
On me? Well, I'll do my best.
Retreat if you know what's good for you.
You picked the wrong fight! Sword Rain Alpha!
Careful! It's some kind of camouflage!
Take this!
Make your break!
Got them.
This ends now!
Consider yourself finished!
See you continue on in that vein.
Yes, my lady?
Something you wanted to say?
Sword Rain Alpha!
Take this!
It's over!
Shine! Radiant light!
Going in!
Restoration!
Burn!
Let's regenerate!
Tiger Blade!
Lion Howl!
Eternal devastation! Coming through! Ha! Now! Scarlet Inferno!
Lunar Corruption!
Here I come!
Lunar Blast!
It's over!
Can you take it?
On my watch!
Take the
Will
count!
this help?
Going in!
Take this!
One more!
You're finished!
Can you take it?
I'm grateful.
Your helping me has become a pattern.
You're mine!
For the good of all of us.
Take it now.
Mine!
Taking fire! I'm not done!
Lightning!
Sword Rain Alpha!
Amazing.
Laser Spear!
Now you see what I can do!
I'll take you all on! Ha! Flare the Malisa!
Take this! This one's all mine! Burn!
Allow me to help you.
Art Steel!
Swallow Blade! Sword Rain Alpha!
Look sharp!
Yet shall not be
Strike!
forgotten.
Sword Rain Alpha! Sword Demon Fang!
I feel kind of funny.
Yeah, you're looking funny too.
Right. I should probably do something about that.
No further!
That's better.
Not in your dreams!
I'm not done!
Shine! Radiant light! That's
All here! I'm gone!
Negative!
You're mine!
Tiger
Blade!
Blade!
Take this! It's on!
Igneous Discard!
Demon Fang!
Now my clothes getting
Coming through! Ha! Now! Scarlet Inferno! Take this! Burn!
Searing Tempest!
This one's
You're mine!
My will!
Ha!
Look sharp!
Sword Rain Alpha!
elusive deity!
My head's spinning just watching you!
Can you take it?
I'll heal you all!
Tiger Blade!
Healing Circle!
Okay, here I go!
Towards it.
Recover!
Now you see
what I can do.
Why'd you heal me?
To stop you dying?
I am not beyond fury.
Ready!
Lunar
blast!
Make it regeneration! In an instant! Impact block!
So I still had room to grow. There's history in the air here. I can smell it.
I don't smell anything.
Don't encourage him.
Phew, what a rush.
Let's dispose of the trash.
You're finished!
Take this!
Look sharp!
Stay calm. I shall provide assistance.
Where's the shot?
Future reflexes will not serve you well here.
This one almost deity! Double demon fang! Onward! Too fast!
Stand
You're
back.
mine!
I'll trip it up.
Here I come! With the eat dirt!
Stalagmite!
Here I come! Slash!
Going in!
Sword Rain Alpha! Win! Here I come!
An astral art?
That's my cue.
Shut him down!
Anything in armor is all mine.
Gemini Alpha! This one's mine!
Negative finish!
Now we're not
Make it break!
This ends now!
Consider yourself finished!
See you continue on in that vein.
Yes, my lady?
Something you wanted to say?
Wow! Look what I just found.
Who?
Maybe something's going on in the forest.
coming through.
You're mine!
Resonate with the earth.
Radiant Blood!
Sword Rain Alpha!
Tiger Blade! Airborne Beast! My spec!
Here I come! Sword Rain Alpha!
Do it!
Look sharp! Lightning Tiger Blade! Now! You're mine! It's over! This one's all mine! I'm not done! Sword Rain Alpha!
Astral Energy!
Say no more!
Well then, I should probably think about tonight's menu.
I wonder just how many people have been saved by Shionne in some form. I'm impressed.
There's rumors flying around about people being saved by a Renin vision of beauty.
Vision of beauty? That's a bit much.
Alphen had better stay on his toes.
Where do I come into this? That food there looks pretty tasty.
Yep, we can fix that new recipe with it.
I eagerly await the final result.
You can never be too prepared. But did we have to spend so much?
Is there a reason you're looking at me so intently?
Shionne's kind of turned into the local fashion critic in our group.
So this is what lords like you wear. Certainly looks the part. I can tell at a glance what high quality everything is.
It's not often Shionne's that impressed. You wear a lot of rings too, don't you?
They were a gift, purchased rather cheaply, or so I was told.
What's your definition of cheap, exactly?
I believe it was around 100 to 200,000 gold.
What? If my wolf head cost 10 gold, then that'd mean... Holy crap! They cost 1,000 times more?!
10,000 times more.
If he sold those things off, I bet he could build a damn mansion with them.
At the very least, he'd never go hungry the rest of his life.
You're all beginning to sound alarmingly interested in my rings.
Whoa, that came out perfect.
Dohalim, care if I hang out for a while? You worried about what's going on with Menancia?
What makes you think that?
Well, you were speaking to Kisara earlier, weren't you?
It's rude to listen in on others, you know.
Sorry. I didn't hear what you two were actually talking about, though. I just figured it was Menancia since it was the two of you.
I am but a former lord who has abandoned his post. I'm no longer in a position to lead the realm in any capacity whatsoever. Yet Kisara still seeks out my opinions, knowing full well that is the case. This despite the fact I am no longer her master either.
Couldn't it be precisely because you're not her master anymore? It's natural for friends to want to hear each other's opinions.
I hadn't considered that possibility.
It's funny what you miss sometimes.
Hardly uncommon among artistic types such as myself. When lordships are decided based solely on one's astral energy, it can lead to funny results.
But even so, you still took your job as lord seriously, didn't you?
Certainly. I learned to perform my functions. However, I was less interested in ruling, so much as avoiding life and death decisions. Of course, such a mentality in the end led only to sickening pain and death taking place elsewhere out of sight. I pretended not to see or hear any of it, content to let our supposed peace and equality keep me blind and deaf to reality. I was a fool.
But you're making amends.
I would like to think so. The path ahead is dark, yet I still walk on. I merely pray that I shan't fall down any holes along the way. We'd best get ready for tomorrow. Shall we get moving?
A fish! You saw it too, right? Hup. There we go. She's got a good size to her, all told.
That fish put up a fight. Good catch.
Hup. Reel it in. Anybody could reel in that.
You sure know what you're doing.
Ha! There we go. Anybody could reel in that.
Nice! You caught it!
Wouldn't it be easier to simply use astral arts to catch the fish and be done with it?
That misses the whole point of going out to fish. Okay, change of plans. I've got something. I'll let you go this time. Reel it in. I'll get you next time. Reel it in. Good fishers always keep their cool.
Retreat if you know what's good for you.
I'm not done! Ignite!
Going up! Here!
Here I come! On your Swallow Blade!
Tiger Blade!
Sword Rain Alpha! Double Demon Fang!
Annihilation!
You're finished!
On guard! Going in!
Here I come! Damn it!
Can you take it?
Sword Rain Alpha!
Kitara! Frozen!
Hammer!
One more!
I'm not done!
This one's mine!
Murarondo!
Do it!
Hurricane Flip!
Go for it!
Prepare to crumble! You were practically a blur. Together with your marksmanship, we make quite the team.
Right, here goes! Move escape! Swallow Blade! Sword Rain Alpha! It's on! Double Demon Fang! You're mine!
This one's mine!
Here I come! Come and face me! Sword Rain Alpha! Crush! Double Demon Fang!
With the earth!
You're finished! Sword Rain Alpha!
Do it! This ends now!
Consider yourself finished!
See you continue on in that vein.
Yes, my lady?
Something you wanted to say?
It's over! Sword Rain Alpha!
I need to be stronger. Let's dispose of the trash.
It's over! You picked the wrong fight!
In a bind?
Here I come!
This ends now!
Consider yourself finished! Now! Take
To
this!
the shadows!
Slide! Sword Rain Alpha!
I'm ready! This one's got your name on it!
Ashes to ashes!
That was way stronger than regular firepower.
You won't hear me complaining.
An opponent like this should be easy. You're finished!
Radiant!
Sword Rain Alpha!
On your this one's all mine!
Yes! Catch this!
Take this! Devastation! Rising Falcon!
Make it right!
Kisapa! Commander of Heaven!
Phoenix Cyclops!
Did it! I'm ready!
Nice technique! This ends now!
Consider yourself finished! Now! Damn it! It's too fast!
Stand back! I'll trip it
Sword Rain
up!
Alpha!
Alright!
Did you just heal me?
Yes, I need
Can't
you,
get out
remember?
of this!
Right.
No escape! Swallow Blade! I still got a ways to go!
courteous, aren't
Take
you?
this! It's over!
Going in!
Sword Rain Alpha! Double Demon Fang! Sword Rain Alpha! You're finished!
You dare strike me from behind?
Got fire!
I got this! Let a marksman handle it!
It's over! All yours! Sword Rain Alpha! Double Demon Fang!
Leave your smells to me.
Yeah, and the pummeling to me!
Take this! We turned the tables on him.
There are still more left!
Right! No time to hold back!
Do it!
You're still!
This ends now!
Consider yourself finished!
I've been doing really great lately.
Hey, what do you say we fight that shining enemy?
We're in for a long slog with this one.
You're finished! Sword Rain Alpha! Double Demon Fang! Crush!
In a bind?
Not in your dreams!
You wanna play?
Here I
Then
come!
come at me!
It's over!
Darling! This one's got your name on it!
Ashes to ashes, a merry destruction.
There's still more to go!
Sword Rain Alpha!
Fred!
Your
Flame
ground
of fury!
devastation!
Burning strike!
Take this! It's over! Sword Rain
Go
Alpha!
in! Light burst forth!
Radiant Genesis!
This one's all mine!
Lunar corruption!
Sword Rain
Make it
Alpha!
rain!
Move out!
Astral energy!
Say no more!
Well, looky here!
We should be able to cook here.
I feel all bent out of shape.
I know what you mean. Hard to settle down after seeing all those ruins.
We fought hard to help liberate the people of Dana, but every realm we've been to along the way could have easily turned out like this.
When powerful forces collide, the destruction they leave gets that much worse.
So we've been lucky things haven't turned out worse up until now?
Regardless, I don't want to see this realm get messed up any more than it already is. We have to capture this lord ourselves no matter what.
Dohalim, your spare bracers were getting dirty, so I polished them up along with the rest of your equipment.
Why, thank you, Kisara. I greatly appreciate that.
Maybe it's just my imagination, but you sure seem to fuss over Dohalim a whole lot, Kisara.
It is a little strange. Almost like you're still in his service.
Really? That's certainly not my intention. Besides, he's not the only one I'm like that with. Hey, Law, I saw your clothes were starting to get holes in them, so I stitched them back up for you.
Oh, wow. Thanks, Kisara.
Point taken. Do you just like looking after people?
I wouldn't go so far as to say I like it, but I get anxious if I don't. I'd always like to help if I can. It comes naturally to me. Back in the day, Miguel and I used to look after the younger kids a lot, so that's probably where it comes from. He taught me everything I know, and I mean everything. How to cook with wild plants, how to sew clothes so they'll last. Without him, we never would have been able to survive.
However, you're not a lord anymore, Dohalim. You need to get used to the idea that people aren't just going to wait on you hand and foot.
Yes, you're absolutely right. I'm ashamed to admit that I felt no qualms about her doing all that for me. As both a Renan and especially as a lord, one becomes too accustomed to those beneath you tending to your every need, both Renans and Danans alike.
Sure, that's how all you Renans are probably raised. But just to be clear, we're not your servants, Dohalim. Got that?
Absolutely. Moments such as this provide me with ample opportunity to confront my unease. It is difficult to tend with my own motivations.
What do you mean?
The truth of the matter is that my espousal of coexistence in Menancia hardly came from an idealistic place. That instinctive unease I feel deep within serves as a reminder for what it is that all of us here fight for.
Don't be so hard on yourself. No one's going to abandon you if you aren't always perfect.
Looking at her now, I think she's more like his mom than his servant.
What's up, Kisara? You look concerned.
Oh, no, it's just... I'm looking at our finances and they seem to have taken a nosedive. I don't remember us making any big purchases, though.
Ah, that may be because I borrowed a small amount to purchase something the other day.
I don't think you can call spending more than half of our money a small amount.
Half? Dohalim, what the hell did you buy?
As it so happens, I came upon a rather special object that I've long been searching for.
Are you talking about that junk? I mean, that unique-looking trinket you're holding?
Whoa, is that a...
Indeed. It is a lost artifact from ancient Danan times. Most likely, it was used for some sort of rite or ritual. Ever since we Renans conquered Dana, such objects have been disappearing. I simply want to do my part to help preserve both our people's storied histories.
Well, if it's to preserve Danan history, then I guess we can maybe look the other way. Just this once?
I don't know. Why spend money on something that won't even keep us fed?
More to the point, we all contribute to that money. I don't like the thought of anyone dipping into it without saying anything.
You must understand. Had I let that opportunity pass me by, I'd never have come across this item again.
Dohalim, maybe no one taught you that money doesn't grow on trees.
I may have been a lord, but I realize that much.
It's not enough to simply realize it. You have to internalize the concept too. Even after all this time, you still have no real sense of money. Our funds aren't your personal wallet. We camp outside and eat grass for dinner to try and stretch every last gold we have. You never know when we may need it.
I don't think we're so poor that we have to eat grass or anything.
Shut up, Alphen.
Shutting.
Let's just agree to not spend too much or be too thrifty for our own good.
Alphen, your blazing sword draws its power from Shionne's Fire Master Core, right?
So I'm told.
Then why don't you use yours, Dohalim?
You mean my Earth Master Core, yes?
Yeah, I mean, you still carry it around with you, don't you?
I do. Each Master Core contains the astral energy harvested from Danan's slaves over the course of the last 3 centuries. Though only a select few qualified people, namely the Lords, can wield them, they nevertheless hold too much power to simply abandon.
If only the Lords are supposed to be able to use them, how come Alphen and Shionne can use theirs?
That may be because Shionne has embedded the Fire Master Core within her body, something which wouldn't have occurred under normal circumstances.
Okay, but why do you still carry yours around?
Just as Danans see Master Cores as symbols of the lives and resources robbed from them, so too do I view mine as a symbol of our lasting sins. The pain and agony wrought upon this world by my predecessors, as well as the injustice enabled by my own inaction, are all housed within my Master Core. It is a testament of all that I have done wrong. It cannot ever be used again, nor fall back into the wrong hands.
Dohalim.
You didn't differentiate between the deaths of Danans and the deaths of Renans.
Danans and Renans both spill blood and languish in agony all the same. I just couldn't bear to hear it any longer. That's all.
Little late for that.
Good night, everyone. Well, off we go.